Bullseye is the new activate card that comes out this month. He's a 3/3. Discard all cards that cost 1 or less from your hand. Afflict that many different enemy cards with -2 power. So, all cards that cost 1 or less, meaning that change to the or less is going to make Swarm one of his best synergies now. Afflict that many different enemy cards with -2 power, so he's not going to be able to afflict multiple times on the same card, no matter how much you discard. But great card, definite get. But let's get into some decks for him. So first up, just your standard discard. I think that standard discard is going to be really good with him. Good alternative play on really any turn. But you can discard Swarm as much as possible and then use Bullseye on 5 to discard all of it. The Swarms and the Scorns. Blade if he's still there. Then on 5 or on 6, you play out all your Swarms plus MODOK. It's going to give that extra oomph to discard. What I'm really excited to try him in is Surfer. I'm glad that now he's a 3 cost because a lot of the discard cards are 3 cost. And with Dokken, you can do things to create multiple of the shards and then discard all the shards. Obviously, Scorn's in for good discard, good value. The Swarm, again, that's going to be, I think, just a thing that comes with Bullseye is going to be Swarm and Dokken. I think a lot of Dokken and a lot of Swarm. Here, I want to try something a little different. So, I'm going to do a Werewolf by Night deck. No, we haven't seen that in too long. But the purpose of the Werewolf by Night deck is to utilize these cards that you don't really care about discarding and to drop them on the board and bring them back to your hand to discard. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. So it may need some tweaking, but you drop a bunch of 1 costs using Werewolf to move around the board, gain power. You're picking up your 1 costs, and then with Bullseye, you're afflicting the board and then dropping Ajax. Or if they're still on the board, you could drop Cersei, turn them all into, 2 costs. That's the plan there. But we're not done yet. So the new Hela, I think the jury's back and Hela's good. I don't know. I don't play Hela, never have. But I really think this might be good in Hela. Obviously, you want to play out Bullseye on 2 rather than Morbius, because Hela's going to bring back Morbius, and that's fine. But bringing back Bullseye does nothing for you. So you want to play out. Yeah, you want to play out your Bullseye and then let Morbius come back. Same with Dracula. Hela's just a good way for all this to work really well. To play these cards that you need to play, but are kind of alternate plays to some of the stuff you would normally play. And then it doesn't matter because you MODOK it all and then Hela back. We're using Invisible Woman and Blink, stuff like that, to get it done. But, you could also use, what's that card? Supergiant? Yeah, Supergiant. If, I don't know, the Supergiant play was really awkward with discards, so I don't know if that's a solid strategy. But one last deck, again featuring Hela. And the point of this deck is to get rid of your opponent's cards in hand. Obviously, you're going to want to be playing Bullseye and Fenrir's Wolf. But you're discarding your opponent's cards as well as yours. Keep them down. And then you're going to bring your cards back. Super solid strategy there. So, yeah, I think Hela's going to be really good with the card. I think Standard Discard's going to be really good with the card. I think Surfer, it can actually have a home in if you do a discard style Surfer. Like I said, especially with Dakin. You could even do like some Frigga and Grandmaster stuff with Dakin to try and get even more shards. If you wanted to go that route, as opposed to the Swarm, or maybe in tandem with the Swarm if you don't get it. I went with a more discard focused Surfer here to start out with. So we'll see. It'll probably, all these decks are probably going to need some tweaking once, rhythm and cadence and how things actually play out. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fantastic card. I think it's going to be a good get. But what about the spot? Yeah, Marvel Boy and Kyera. Two really good cards. I know Kyera doesn't get used. But if you play Zoo, or you play High Evolutionary, it's really good to have. Now, this is very interesting because it's almost synergy, anti-synergy. What I'm seeing here is a very smart pairing, and at first you'd think these don't work good together, but if you play Zoo, you know that you always have one cost in hand. And one of the things I tried to make work was a Ajax and Gilgamesh deck. So playing Marvel Boy on 3, Bullseye on 4, you play Ajax on 5, you play Gilgamesh on 6 with, I don't know, whatever one cost, and then you nuke whatever's left in your hand. It's great. You don't have to worry about, I didn't play out those one costs. Don't matter. Get rid of them. So I think that's going to be perfect. Kyera, throw that in there for in case you didn't get Bullseye, you can project your one costs. That's actually fantastic. Because the problem was always, how do you play enough Affliction in the deck? How do you play enough, how do you play Hazmat at all and get value? I was too excited about the possibility of a deck like this, so I went through it together. Now, I've got Doom 2099 in here, and Dr. Doom. Look, that's just because, one, I like alternate win conditions, and two, I've been having a lot of fun playing those cards. So, by all means, play whatever you want in those slots. I think you could play U.S. Agent. You could play, obviously, this Dazzler's a staple. You could even do, instead of those, you could do Ultron and like U.S. Agent something. You could do Rogue or Cosmo. It doesn't really matter. But I chose those. You're going to be playing one card a turn anyways. This way, Gilgamesh gets a little bit more power because of the Doom 2099. It works actually really good in Zoo. So yeah, I think this is going to be, oh, you know what? I didn't even leave room for, what am I thinking? I didn't even leave room for Bullseye. So I don't know, take out the blue Marvel. Now, realistically, I'll probably take out Kyera, even though I've been seeing a lot of Destroy today, or yesterday rather. Don't know why, because I hadn't been seeing Destroy, but whenever I was beating it, so it wasn't really bothering me. But I'd probably take out Kyera, or, you know, figure out if I really wanted Blue Marvel in. But yeah, definitely a good get. But if you already have Marvel Boy and Kyera, and you're not keen on the variants, get the tokens, for sure. Or it's a token buy. But I think definitely you could spend your Spotlight keys, get Marvel Boy, get Kyera. It's a really good, good time to save those tokens. So, anyways, be sure to like and subscribe, not just on one social, but on all of them. And until next time.